Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well today. I want to talk to you in this video around the 3 most influential specs in tier 11 raids, both in 10 and 25 man. So let's get into it. The first of the 3 specs that I want to talk about is Blood DK, specifically as the main tank in the raid. They bring a whole host of cooldowns that deal with different situations exceptionally well, IBF being the shield wall of the spec, AMS making them mitigate or even ignore magic mechanics, Bone Shield to be used as active mitigation, an incredible amount of self-healing, Pet Sack if they need a big heal, just a whole host of stuff to deal with different situations. Their Mastery allows them to mitigate huge amounts of physical damage, and I really wouldn't want to raid without a Blood DK main tank. Now, all of this combined with the fact that they naturally do huge amounts of damage, especially when you pair that with Vengeance, they may very well be beating DPS on some pulls. Now, there are some fights that we've killed on Heroic that Blood DK was a huge factor and maybe even influentially, solely influential in getting us the kill. For example, we single tanked Ascendant Council on Heroic. And I genuinely believe that is only doable with a Blood DK tank. To be able to survive the fight, do a decent amount of damage, keep threat on both. You know, they just do so much throughout the fight that I don't think any other tank right now could safely do it in the gear we're currently in. So yeah, I mean, Blood DKs, gotta have them. Next up, we have Hunters, the first of 2 DPS specs on this list. Now, Hunters already have a lot going for them. They're ranged, which is amazing, but they don't share gear with casters, meaning you can gear up your ranged DPS a lot quicker. They do a lot of consistent damage and have some of the highest AoE sustained damage in the game. But tier 11 suits them incredibly well. They have some fights in which they just offer huge amounts, like Magma for example. They offer a ranged pre-placeable slow trap, they can be ranged to bait the adds, and then do insane damage on parasites after that. Similarly on Omnitron, having a slow for every ad is just incredible. Maloriac between misdirects and slows is made exceptionally harder without a Hunter. Currently, Hunters also have a bugged pet, the Wolf, that allows it to stack with the normal 5% crit buff, meaning you can get a bonus of 10% crit for the raid if you bring a combination of the 2 buffs. Feigned Death can cancel some abilities that are targeted, and don't get me wrong, Hunters aren't without their issues. They still have a dead zone that can be incredibly prominent on big hitbox bosses, but overall they are incredibly good this phase. Finally then we have Rogue. Now, Rogue's strength actually lies in its versatility. Assassination offers incredibly high single target DPS, Combat offers superb cleave, and Sub offers competitive damage and the ability to bring some really unique aspects to certain fights. Now, Rogue's similarity to Hunters is tricks. Amazing tools for redirecting threat that can come in absolutely clutch for fights like Maloriac, or Alakir, where you're getting ads. Anything with ads, a Rogue really can help. They have insane survivability tools, Feint being one of the most consistent damage reductions in the game for AoE damage. You then have things like Cloak of Shadows that allows you to immune magic debuffs, reset stacks on certain fights, things like that. Now, fights like Council and Helphus are amazing fights for combat where they get to cleave consistently. Most fights benefit just by the single target damage of Assassination, but fights like Conclave and Twin Dragons allow rogues to almost entirely carry groups, doing mechanics solo that would normally require a lot more mechanical play. Overall, a good rogue is incredibly valuable right now to a group.